So we saw a spike in 2021 from not having heard from romance fraud at all to having this spike. In 2021, out of all the frauds that we had occur in Gibraltar, 70% of them were cybercrime and 10% of those cybercrimes were romance fraud. It was a bit of a spike, and as some of my colleagues rightfully said, it could have been attributed possibly to the lockdowns that came with COVID. You've got individuals at home who are craving for this social interaction, and they are more likely to have fallen to that because of it, to romance fraud. We have noticed that now, this year, we're already halfway during the year, and the numbers have considerably gone down. We've literally only had 2 reported this year.
And of course there are all the cases that go unreported.
Romance fraud, personally, I think is maybe one of the most intrusive type of frauds that we have. You've got to understand that this fraudster takes a lot of time to build a relationship with this individual and gain their trust, to the point where romantic interests might be put into the mix. So we understand that it can be something that's very hurtful to find out that you've been swindled by somebody you thought that you could trust and only that maybe had romantic interest for. But the victims need to understand that, for starters, we will be as fully confidential as we can with the matter, and that speed is of the essence. The sooner you come to us, the better chance we have of actually getting the assets recovered, because it really is a matter of time with these kind of cases. The longer you leave it for, the more into the nether that your assets do go.
So by way of advice, what should people be looking out for?
So normally with this typology of fraud, the way it's carried out is usually very the same. You'll get some random person that you've never met in your life start talking to you, and as the romance fraud suggests, try and create a romantic relationship with you online. Like my chief inspector says sometimes, for when it comes to fraud, there's nothing better than speaking to a real person. If in this case you're not, you should be wary and not really trust in somebody that you've never met or seen before in your life. One of the warning signals that normally comes out with these type of frauds is that they're very unwilling to actually meet in person when proposed to do so, because obviously they can't. They're not in the same country, they're somewhere else, and they're not really where they say they are. Another pointer is as well, in some of the romance frauds we've had, they've given an opportunity to maybe invest with them. It comes down to the old saying, if it's too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true. And I think something as simple as, not taking for what you've got in front of you for granted, something as simple as investigating from open source material. If his name is so-and-so, check it on social media, see what comes out for that person's name. If he does give you a bank account, for example, to give him money, something as simple as going online, which is all open source, and check the sort code. If he tells you that he's next door in Spain and all of a sudden you've got a bank account and he's telling you to deposit £10,000 in Malaysia, you should be getting warning signals. And this is all available to the public to do before, and it's all open to them. It's free, it's there, and they can use it. Don't trust what you've got in front of you, and do some questioning, do some digging.